I would call this era the originate to distribute. Uh,
No.
no, you wouldn't. Okay. Well, I mean, it's certainly, I'm not saying that you were in the middle of originate distribute, but certainly originate to distribute was happening, more
Yes,
broadly speaking, in this pre-crisis era. And I know that's got a bit of a negative connotation to it, shall we say. I mean, it still happens for by many, and it shouldn't necessarily be a bad thing, but if the right protections and regulatory
correct.
rules are around there to protect whatever the investors and the financial system at large. But that was kind of the pre-crisis era, which I think some people do refer to it as the originate to distribute era.
I would say
Even
that's true for various asset classes. Home
yeah,
equity being the one in the ABS world that I would really attribute that to. Mortgages in general. I would suggest that on the two, I mean, I have only have had this much mortgage experience on the securitization side in my life. In the credit card and auto worlds, and even when I went over and did more work in equipment and transportation and some of the other asset classes, that really was not the model. It was very much people were originating it. They're watching their tranches, their quarterly tranches to see when I was at Capital One, if we didn't understand every blip in performance month over month over month, we were not doing our job. It was very much we own these assets. We're responsible. We don't own them. In our minds, we own them.
right,
We're
right.
servicing them. We originated them. It's our reputation on the line. It's our securitizations, which represent our reputation on the line. We needed to really understand that. Having said that, at one point, Capital One had bought a bank in New York called North Fork, who had an Alt A mortgage business.
I remember this.
And
Yeah.
I recall sitting in one of their meetings. This was right after we had bought them, and I was like, "Oh, new asset class, yay!" And the investor had asked the woman from North Fork, she's like, "How does this vintage perform?" And she said, quite honestly, I give her credit for that. We don't know. Once we sell them, we have no idea anymore. And I was shocked to the core because that's not the training I had in terms of knowing how every month of every vintage performed. So I think that was one of the dangers of originate to sell is you didn't have people who understood or had, we'll come back to skin in the game, to keep track of those things. But at least, and other issuers that I've grown to know very well over the years had much that same mindset. But there were very much asset classes, I agree, that did not follow that. And unfortunately, were the ones I think that performed the rockiest during the GFC.